Hello, dear friends. Today I have a big pleasure to visit again our friend and partner and a very famous fancier from England, Mark Gilbert. Hello, Mark.
Hello there, how are you?
Thanks for the time. Very good. And
Good.
you?
Very good, thanks.
Mark, I take this interview to use it in our channels, in my YouTube channels, where we have a lot of followers from all over the world. For the ones who don't know you maybe very well, because it's difficult to don't know you.
Yeah.
But how you start with the pigeons? When you start?
Yeah, I started when I was 14. My father flew pigeons, and I was fascinated by them. And every day I went to school thinking about pigeons rather than my exams. So it's always been a passion that I've had all my life, really. And I've raced ever since I was 16 on my own. Obviously, when we first started, it was quite difficult, and the first couple of years, I think the first have been really excited about being sixth club, so it was a slow start, but then I had a successful business and then invested more into the pigeons. Now I'm retired and I do them full time.
Interesting. Successful business and then investing in pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you have a great loft, a big loft,
yeah,
and you race all the distances.
Yeah. I mean,
why?
Why? I mean, I think my passion's always been long distance, and I only raced long distance until I retired, and then a very good friend of mine took over my stock loft, and we've got quite a big setup, and it's like not only is it a stock loft, it's more of we sell pigeons as well, so a little small stud really, and so we obviously send the pigeons up here to race from the stock loft, and we also sell from it as well. And so really, I've got, I invest in pigeons as well.
Good. You fly all the distances.
Oh, I see. Right. Why do I do that? Yeah, okay. I mean,
why? Not why. It's not complicated. Why you do such a huge work? Huh? Because
right.
It's amazing work.
Yeah.
Or huge work.
Okay. I mean, my passion is pigeons, and I like to be busy. And on a Saturday, I like having 3 races. One sprint race, one middle distance race, one long. And spend all day Saturday waiting for pigeons. So, and I get excitement from all the different distances races. But we have 3 different teams of pigeons to do the distance races. We have distance pigeons, which specialise in distance racing. We have middle distance racing, which goes up to about I say 800 kilometres, where we concentrate from pigeons from 3 to 800 kilometres, and then we have the sprint pigeons, which they start at probably 120 kilometers to 300.
Interesting. What the bloodlines you have?
Right.
Short, middle, distance. Let's start with the shortest.
Yeah, I mean, short distance, we have children of Kittle, and we have some best Kittle pigeons, and we also mainly Vanderbilts with some Camp pigeons. We bought a son of Olympic Hands, which have been excellent pigeons for us. And we cross them together to make our sprint middle distance family. The middle distance pigeons, we've invested in Koopmans, Gino Clico, Gino's. What other mustangs we have? We just bought some. What we bought recently? A few different other strains as well. For the middle distance, mainly Gino Clicos. I think we've got quite a few Ginos. We've invested in Koopmans, McCurts. Kurt's another guy that we've invested in, that they're coming very well for us. So I'd say there's the 3 main bases really: Geno's, the Kurt's, and Koopmans pigeons that we were racing for the middle distance.
And they do it pretty well.
They do it well. I mean, I think we found that certain lines don't like our channel. Our channel's quite hard, and but they're the best lines we have at tackling the channel, the lines that I've just mentioned. I mean, we brought a lot of other pigeons in from Belgium and Holland, and we haven't found them to be able to handle the channel. And our national races at them distances I've mentioned, 300 to 800 are over the channel, so they're quite hard races.
All of them, yes.
Yeah.
By the way, Gino Clicks have some in the back from Eric Vermander.
Right.
He don't tell too much about
that,
but
they do, yeah.
Yeah, in the back of his pigeons.
Right, they've been good pigeons for us. Yeah.
So interesting bloodlines and very famous bloodlines.
Right.
For the ones who are curious and didn't found it yet, on the Facebook of Mark Gilbert Sudfield Loft, you can see all the results, and not only the results, even the arrivals of the pigeons.
Yeah.
Time to time, I watch it on the Facebook.
Yeah.
How your pigeons are arriving.
Yeah.
So let's go now to your first love, long distance
Yes.
pigeons,
Yeah.
over the channel, international
Yeah.
race, the amazing race.
Yeah.
What is the bloodline you use for this race?
Right. Well, I mean, we went to Yellow and Hugo Battenberg really is the main bloodlines we have for them kind of races. We did buy some top performers. We bought a pigeon called Golden Barcelona. He was the second ace pigeon of Europe from Barcelona, and had some excellent results. I think I was 6th, 13th, and I don't know 120th. I think national Barcelona. And his grandfather was sixth, I think was 3rd, 6th, and 11th in the Barcelona, but into Belgium. So we bought some top winning pigeons, and then we also bought children from Yellow and Hugo off their top pigeons and crossed them into our family really. And that's the basis of the family. But we've only ever bought Barcelona pigeons because Barcelona's our passion really, and I think it's harder in the UK. So we have found that the Northern Holland pigeons have been very good because they fly the longer distances. So we've crossed them to make our own family really.
Yeah, it's very hard one, but time to time some miracles appear.
Yeah.
And, arrivals from Barcelona are amazing.
Yeah.
Last year was a night like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Can you describe it a little bit?
Oh yeah, I mean Barcelona last year, obviously the wind was okay for the UK. It had east in it, and we needed east winds, and the race was fairly quick because for us we fly 700 miles, which is about 1,150 kilometres. So we for us to get a pigeon on the day, we need a fairly fast race. So
yeah.
It was, but we saw that they did clock about 6:30, I think, in France, but we're probably about 250 kilometres on from that. And we worked it out, and in the channel it was a light east wind, so it wasn't so southerly in the channel. So we thought, well, there's no chance of beating the French today, and but we did wait. Thank goodness, we were thinking not to, but we waited, and I mean it's just to get at 9:52, I think it was when the pigeon dropped. It was getting dark, and it was just the best feeling I've ever had in pigeon racing. Really, it was so exciting, and she finished 6th international the whole
6th
convoy.
international,
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, so and the only pigeon to ever fly in Barcelona on the day in the UK. So it's a fantastic memory. Anyway,
It's first time when a pigeon arrived.
yeah, ever in the UK. Yeah, I mean it's a hard race for the UK because they've got the Pyrenees in front of them. So directly, I don't know if I think they can't cross the Pyrenees, so they have to go round. But that day she must have crossed. I can't see how she could have done it unless she could cross the Pyrenees. Which is really hard to do. I think so. Yeah, so it's a really difficult race to the UK.
And then the channel.
Yeah, the channel as well, which is which sometimes if you got a headwind in the channel, it's quite strong. But I mean, luckily it was a side wind, so otherwise you'd have probably had no chance of getting her on the day.
Amazing night, huh?
Yeah, honestly, fantastic, and the memory will be with me forever. It's a great experience.
Did someone win international from England? Sorry
No,
for my
no. I mean, look, we have won internationals. I've won 3.
Yeah.
But they've been on one day. I won Dax, I won Argon, and I was 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
I mean about Barcelona, not.
Oh no, never Barcelona.
Never Barcelona.
Never Barcelona. I think the best
It was
performance.
very close. Huh?
Yeah, very close. I think the best performance before that was 50th.
5th place.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need to win number 1.
Next time.
Yeah, next time, hopefully. Yeah.
Barcelona, it's a story every year. Even this year,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
amazing. With
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guy from Holland who win
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, fantastic.
Over the
yeah.
night.
Yeah, it's just a fan. Oh, no, I think just to take part in the Barcelona race is a thrill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can confirm it.
Yeah.
It was my first time this
Oh, was
year.
it? Yeah.
Was amazing experience.
Yeah.
On the evening, we was very happy.
Yeah.
Trustful.
Yeah.
All the
yeah.
guys from there, from the loft,
Yeah.
from Germany. Of course, next day in the morning.
I think it's it's an amazing race, but it's a difficult race. Even
Yes.
into Belgium. I think even when you talk to the people in Belgium, it's much more different to the other races, the international races. It's a lot harder, I think.
Yes, I agree. We send from Germany 2 years pigeons.
Yeah.
But not so experienced.
Yeah.
Never raced the international race.
Yeah.
And I think this.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the Bloodlines. I think.
Yeah, but I mean about experience.
Yeah.
When the pigeon has the experience to another international race with a large number of pigeons.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit helpful, but for us it was first year.
Yeah.
And it was amazing even to be there.
Yeah.
Pigeons come back from there.
Yeah. It's brilliant experience. Yeah.
And even the wind was not the best for Germany.
No.
But yeah.
No, I think obviously it's you've got the best in Europe in the race, so you need the wind helping you to do a very
you
good
need
performance.
to have everything in the
you
right place.
Yeah, you have to have a brilliant pigeon. You have to have everything. You're right.
And your day, your wind, your day, your pigeons, your team.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had the wind before and then not done so well. So you have to have the form. Everything in the loft needs to be right.
Yes. That's what I tell to my colleagues, because we have 16 teams from Romania.
Yeah.
And I told them, look, in 1 year, the Germany time will come.
Yeah.
We have to be 100% prepared for that time.
Yeah.
Because if you are very well prepared 1 year before or 1 year after.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think you to win it, you need everything, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's speak a little bit about your management. You say you play Whitwood?
Yes.
For most of the races?
Yeah. We play Whitwood hens and Whitwood cocks. The system is just near enough the same for sprint, middle and long. We feed them all the same. We feed them on Versalaga Superstar, and we feed as much as they can eat, morning and night, until they leave the pellets. But we always have corn in there after we fed, so a little bit of corn, not So we feed by the hand, and then we like to eat all the corn. Otherwise, if you put too much in, they will just pick what they like. But we like to eat the pellets, and because we think the pellet is a good part of the corn in the Versalaga. So, but we feed them heavy, because otherwise, if we don't do that, we let the pigeons out. If we feed the sprint pigeons less, they bring the long distance pigeons down. We want them to exercise for over an hour morning and night, really. So this year we did only let them out once, but we made sure they flew an hour and 20 minutes. But that was all sprint, middle and long.
How much they have to fly?
Well, this year we only let them out once, and we made them fly an hour and 20 minutes.
1 hour and 20 minutes.
Well, they done it naturally, but if they don't, we have the dancers that we'll force them to fly. But we find that we only have to do that at the beginning of the year, and then when they get into the routine, they fly. But I mean, we let them out once this year. We just tried it, but I prefer twice, an hour twice a day. And
you let them all
out together.
Together?
Yeah.
Marathon and speed and middle and
all together. Yeah.
Yes. You don't believe that's different ways of fly or something? I
think when you watch them fly, they are different. The speed pigeons are quicker and everything, but they all fly together. They run, so they run in together, and they're not flying around the loft. They're enjoying their fly, you know. And we've that's the way we've done it, and it's worked out very well for us. We win all speed, middle and long. So so it's working. We keep to it, yeah. And look, like you say, we have a big team of pigeons for all speed, middle and long, and we wouldn't have the time to be able to let all them out and the youngsters in one day. So it has to work that way, really.
And I know last year, maybe this year too, you won Barcelona on the eggs or small babies, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, natural.
Last year we put them on small babies, the hens only, and so we just repaired them and put them so they were sitting on little babies, and I think we found that method very good. This year we paired and only put them on 14 days on eggs. I don't know why. I think it was just the racing we had. And we had a good Barcelona. We were second, third, fourth, and we had I think we had 6 of the first 10 in the UK. We didn't win it, but we did have a very good race, and the pigeons came back in lovely condition. But we only had them on 14 days on eggs, the hens, and the cocks we sent on widowwood, and the third pigeon was a cock. It's the first two were hens.
How many days was the youngsters?
Well, when we had the 6th international, she was on a 5-day youngster, one youngster. Yeah.
Interesting. Mark, talking about the management of the loft.
Yeah.
I think you start 3 years ago to use some Just Pharma products. Now you use a lot of them.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your impression about our product.
Right. Well, I think the products are very good, and it does really help the health. We only use them mainly on the racing season, or if we have a problem, if we have a problem where maybe we had a respiratory problem we treated, then we love your Probac healthy oil Probac product after any treatment we put off.
You mean the biotics?
Biotics with the healthy oil, and so we will give them 10 days. But we use your products.
How many days you give?
Well, 10 days.
10 days.
10 days afterwards, and we find the pigeons really come into great condition after any antibiotic product. And but we just to let you know, through the racing season, we use Animal 40. We use that for 2 days. So it's Saturday and Sunday. They get that in the water after every race.
Which one?
Amino 40.
Amino 40.
Amino 40. Yeah.
So sorry, the England English is a little bit different than Romanian English. So I have to ask sometimes.
No, yeah. So the Amino 40, we find that's a great product for recovery. So we always use that every time that the pigeon returns from any race. We also put them on healthy oil and biotics for say Monday and Tuesday, and then obviously before we go to any long distance or middle distance race, we put them on oregano oil. Yeah, before the race, we put that on New Energy Plus.
Yeah. So with Energy Plus.
With the Energy Plus, yes. And we find that's very good, And for the long ones, we put Top Form in the water.
Yeah.
For 4 days as well.
4 days Top Form.
Yeah, Top Form. Yeah, 4 days we use Top Form, and then also.
And you can see the increasing.
Yeah, you can see them increasing in flying, and I think it's I think the Top Form is very good for the energy on the way home from the long distance races.
Yes. Yes. Do you see any improvement in the results or in the condition of pigeons?
Yeah. I think, obviously last year we were on it when we were 6th international, pay, so they were fantastic performances on them days. And I think generally we feel definitely an improvement in the feather quality on the pigeon. And, underneath the pigeon it's much more pinker.
Yeah.
With very few scales when we're using your products.
Nice. So, at the end of our interview, a lot of beginners it's watching my channel.
Yeah.
A lot of the people who want to have results and maybe didn't get it yet.
Yeah.
What's your advice for beginners,
right.
for the people who want or who aspire to become a champion?
Right. Well, I think the 3 main things I think in pigeon racing is obviously I think you need the pigeon. So you need to get as good a quality pigeon as you can, and I think that's not about families. That's about seeing winning pigeons in a pedigree. That's what I believe. I don't think handling. I don't think we all like a type, but I don't think anyone can pick a pigeon personally. So I think it's more the performance, and I think for me it's more looking at that pedigree and seeing full of performance pigeons. I think then that makes it a hell of a lot easier. I think as you go forward. The loft is so important, because if you've got a bad loft design, it doesn't matter how good the pigeons are. And the loft is very important. It doesn't have to be a smart loft. It has to be a loft that's well ventilated without any drafts, I think. So I think that's important. And I think it's important to play about with your loft. If you're not getting the form, the pigeons could be great, but it could be the wrong loft. So you need to do different things. I mean, I had a problem with this loft. Where I had the vents in the tiles open at the top, and it was blowing. The wind was coming across the field and blowing the bad air back down in the loft. And it didn't matter what I'd done with those lofts; the bottom loft would beat them, and they had the same quality pigeons. So I think sometimes you need to play about with the loft to make sure it's right. But the only way you know it's right is when you get the top performances.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's important. And then I think the worst thing that anyone can do is underfeed. I think because the feed is pigeons' fuel. So
Correct,
yeah,
yes.
so I mean, it's a fine line because you want to get the pigeons in, but I'd rather overfeed and not get them in than I would underfeed. Because they can't exercise for an hour a day unless you've got the fuel in them, like the food in them. They can't get home. You're going to get bad returns if you're limiting the food, because one day a pigeon will make a mistake and it needs that energy to get home. So,
Correct. Yes,
so I
yes,
think
yes.
I think a lot of losses are.
I agree about that.
Yeah, I think a lot of losses are caused by people underfeeding. I think because the main pigeon can get most pigeons, 99% of pigeons can get home from 100 miles, but we still have bad losses. But I think it's because people underfeed, and when they make that mistake, they've got no energy. Then they got to go down and try and find food and get energy, and then there's predators and cats, and they got a chance of getting. But it's better if you've got enough corn in them. I mean, even for the sprint pigeons, we feed all day on a Friday, and not the youngsters, but because they're motivated to come home for a hen or a cock. And I don't think if you get up in the morning and then you're starving hungry, you're not feeling like you want to do a big athletic event.
That's for that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy too, because I have friends who say I'm watching to the windy. If we have tailwind, we feed only light. It's helpful. And I say, look, if the pigeons takes the wrong direction, what happens? Different philosophies, but I fully agree. The pigeons have to be.
Yeah. I think obviously if you're fit, I think they've got more energy to fly quicker if you're feeding them more. I think also the losses is really important, because if they haven't got that energy, you're losing pigeons, and I think every pigeon in the end makes a mistake.
So basically, you say pigeons, loft, and food.
Yeah, and then obviously you've got to have a good regular system. Do you know what I mean? I think you need to be quite regular with pigeons. I'm not saying you've got to let them out dead on the same time every time, but if you don't want to be with more than an hour out or half an hour out, a routine. And then I think you can let them out once. And there's been some brilliant pigeon flyers that only let them out once a day. I don't think it's necessary to let them out twice a day, but I think they do need a good, if you let them out for 5 or 10 minutes, I believe they need more exercise. I like mine to have an hour. Although I've heard people win really well with letting them out and they're only doing 5-10 minutes, because I think probably the main thing is recovery from the race. And so, we don't let ours out on Sunday because we let them rest. So I think that's important as well. They've got to recover from the race and then move them again. And when they're fit, you've got them absolutely top condition. It's only a matter of ticking them over. It's not a matter of forcing them to do more and more and more.
Yeah.
You can do too much. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a fine line. An hour a day, twice, I think, or an hour and 20 minutes is about right if you're doing it once. But if you push them out, I've tried to push them 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night, and the form goes. You just do too much, you can overdo it.
Yes. I think I don't know how much it's used here in England, but even when you train with the car, you can over.
Definitely, yeah. We with youngsters we train with the car.
Yeah.
But I think you can. You can't do them. I think youngsters, you can overdo it. If they had a bad training toss, that's not good. But if you get them into a routine, and they're doing an hour training in the morning and then maybe 20-30 minutes. We've raced youngsters on the sprint, where we've taken them 35 mile in the morning, 20 mile at night. It's bloody hard work, but it works. But it's not. But it only works if they don't make a mistake.
Yeah.
They're back, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah. As long as they're not making mistakes from training, it works. But if they start making mistakes, then you don't want them having more than an hour in the morning, half an hour in the afternoon. You know what I mean? So you want a regular training toss that does that. And we have. I'm sure you guys probably the same. We have now where you get hooked. You get a training toss where they you let them go at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you get your first pigeon at 12. And half the pigeons after 6 o'clock at night, and they look immaculate. But it's because they've gone down and the hawks hit them. Yeah. And that's not that they haven't overflown then, and it doesn't hurt them. But if you have a bad training toss where they take all day and they're looking tired, that's going to take the edge off of them for a race. I think.
By the way, a last question: at the end, we're speaking about car training. You use it for all birds too, or
No, with the old birds, we only train twice,
twice?
1 week apart. So we give them a 30-mile toss and a 50-mile toss. So it's like when we do the same as what we do for racing.
Yes.
We don't show the hen or cock beforehand. We take them and then they have a day with the cock and hen.
Yeah.
But we only do it
But
twice.
you do it every week?
No,
No.
we just do twice and then we let round them off. Then we use the races.
What do you mean twice? At the beginning of the season? Or
At the beginning of the season.
only twice?
Only twice and that's it.
Yes. And then
The racing.
around the loft?
Getting around the loft and the race every week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we do.
Mark, thank you very much for your time,
No problem.
for your advices,
Yeah.
and congratulations for the results of 2024 again. I think you will be again the champion of the champion of National Flying Club.
Yeah.
It's what I'm feeling,
Yeah, we went.
like 2 years ago.
Yeah, we had Ace Pigeon of the National Flying Club. We had the champions where you can only nominate 2 pigeons, and then we won all the averages. And, we won all the averages again in the international racing. So we had a good year,
Yeah.
but without having a really top international performance because I don't think the win was right for us. But yeah, it was a good year.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
And
and
good
thank
luck.
you very much for the products.
Our
They're
pleasure.
really done well. Thanks.
Our pleasure to work with champions.
Love it.
Always with champions.
Right, it's great. Thank you very much.
Dear friends, that was the interview with Mark Gilbert, a live legend of world pigeon sport. I advise you to search him in Facebook page and watch their arrivals. They're amazing every week. And I advise you, if you like it, you can subscribe to our channel to be in contact with the best movies. And of course, I would like to see your impression, your opinions in the comments. Greetings from England to all of you, and we keep in touch. Bye.